There hasn't been as good of a year for video games than 2022 has been in ages. We've received games like God of War Ragnarok and Elden Ring within the same year. There were a variety of games I found myself playing that I thoroughly enjoyed. And as we come to the end of the year, I wanted to make a list of what games really outshined each other. Now this list only contains games that I actually played through, so there may obviously be some games that should have been on this list that weren't. Or you may just disagree with me entirely, which is totally okay, you're all entitled to your own opinion, which you can leave down below in the comments. So let's get into the top 5 games of 2022. Starting with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Heroes in the Half Shell. Shredder's Revenge was a game I did not expect to enjoy as much as I did. I picked it up on Game Pass this year and gathered some friends to play with me, and wow, it was a blast. Shredder's Revenge is a culmination of all the previous Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games put into one package. The level design is superb in its 8-bit but also cartoony design, making it perfect for beating up ninjas in style. Some of my favorite levels include the car chases on skateboards, which is such an awesome idea for a level. This game is incredibly fun when playing with a big group of friends. As a team, you'll cooperate with unique abilities that supplement each other in fights as well as saving each other if one team member gets downed. I love all the different moves in this game, but throwing ninjas at the screen might have to be my favorite. The boss fights are also very entertaining, as they are difficult. Each boss has some unique moveset which you need to learn to take them down, as if you underestimate them, you might just get yourself knocked out. Overall, I think Shredder's Revenge is a great game, and is the perfect blend of nostalgia and what's modern. A Plague Tale Requiem was another game that caught me by surprise this year. When I did my first playthrough, I actually was not aware that this was a sequel. Regardless, I still had a great time with it. Immediately jumping into the game, my breath was taken away by the stunning visuals and the beautiful world I was immersed in. The detail was insanely impressive. I would casually find myself just blankly staring at my screen every once in a while just to take in this beautiful scenery. The story in this game is what really makes this game for me. Not only the brilliant writing of each character, but also the voice acting and sound design is absolutely astonishing. I found myself deeply invested into each character, as well as curious as to where the story will go next. You can tell they put a lot of effort into the world building of this game, as each character, area, and lore are so well crafted. The actual gameplay itself is basically just a typical stealth game in which you hide, assassinate, and solve puzzles. The main objective is to find your way to your destination without being killed by the swarming rats that block your way, using different methods to reach your destination. The music in this game is also phenomenal, as it perfectly supplements every moment of the game, making tense scenes feel more tense, or uplifting in the center of a joyous townspeople. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of the genre, but even so, A Plague Tale Requiem kept my attention throughout the entirety of the game and gave me a story-rich experience that was definitely memorable this year. Give me an iconic character like Kirby and put him in 3D, and you've got me sold. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is easily one of the best Kirby games of all time. As someone who is a big fan of games like Super Mario 3D World, this game was right up my alley. Even though the game itself is linear, it does so much within its limitations. With the innovative ideas such as the mouthful mode and the brilliant level design, any platformer fan will have an incredible time while playing this game. The creativity of each level is amazing, involving hilarious methods to progress through every level. Boss fights are also a blast to play through, and the 3D gameplay just makes it so much better. The apocalyptic city is wonderful, with every little detail in every level adding to the setting. Playing as Kirby, taking in enemy abilities, finding hidden secrets, and using mouthful mode to its fullest is just plain silly and fun. My only complaint is the game feels a little short in playtime, but regardless, it still feels very full. So many elements come together that completely elevate this game to a whole new level. It is very clear that developers put a lot of thought and care into this game, as well as bringing our boy Kirby into 3D. I haven't spent as much time as I have in a Pokemon game in ages as I have with Legends Arceus. Although I'll admit this game is far from perfect, it still feels so refreshing to have a Pokemon game that isn't just the usual formula. Legends Arceus clearly pulls a lot of inspiration from games like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, as Legends Arceus brings us our very first open world Pokemon game, as well as implement traditional Pokemon gameplay in a brand new way. Legends Arceus is set in a time where Pokemon were feared in the Hisui region, and most of the main story starts with you creating the very first Pokédex. The gameplay in this game is very satisfying and flat out fun, such as catching new Pokemon. You can just sneak up on Pokemon and throw your Pokeballs to catch them by surprise. Each Pokemon you collect is added to your Pokédex research, which results in leveling up within the ranks of the Survey Corps. This makes each new discovery of Pokemon feel exciting and invigorating. The battle system has also changed a bit, with you now having battles take place live at the moment, and which even include needing to dodge from Pokemon attacks with your trainer. My only complaints of the game is a lack of voice acting, and the gameplay can feel slightly repetitive. There's quite a lot of dialogue in this game, and it can be a little bit tiresome. I'm aware Nintendo doesn't really do full-on voice acting, but it would be nice if we had some scenes that were replaced by voice-acted cutscenes. Overall, I genuinely had a fun time with Pokemon Legends Arceus, and hope to see more games from the franchise like this. Elden Ring took the world by storm. I mean, literally everyone was talking about this game. I had never played a FromSoft game, but I knew I had to get into the action, and boy am I glad I did. Elden Ring brings the gameplay of Dark Souls, the brilliant writing of George R.R. Martin, and an open world that rivals Breath of the Wild's. We live in a day of age where a lot of AAA games release unfinished or unpolished, but Elden Ring is easily the most polished game I have ever played. This game is hard. Right out the gate, Elden Ring tells you, "Nuh-uh, this is my game, not yours." What I love about Elden Ring is how every boss or enemy feels beatable. You could face it off immediately and game on them, or you could just explore the world and upgrade your build until you feel ready to face them again. It gives you freedom to play the game however you would like. Combat is also so diverse, and gives you so many options whether you want to go full on melee or be a magic user. The world is absolutely amazing as well. From start to finish, the game has you discovering new things, new bosses, new worlds. The world truly feels diverse, with extremely detailed biomes, along with beautiful graphics that look like something straight out of a painting. The world is so big that when I discovered there was also a Skyland and an Underworld, I absolutely lost it. Every step in this game is an adventure, and everything is so well crafted. It's just genius. So that's my list of the best games of 2022. Do you agree with me? Do you not? Let me know. There were a lot of great games that came out in 2022. It was really hard to rank them, and I easily could have put a lot more games in this. And I'm very happy to see what games we get in 2023, as 2023 looks to have a lot of great games in store for us. Alright, that's it for the video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like in the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Alright, I'll see you all next time. Peace.